Let's get to the news first, if you will. Just last week, TMZ posted a video of an incident that occurred back in April of this past year where you appeared to get into an altercation with another man at a bar in Ireland. Could you tell us your side of that story? What happened there?
I mean, in reality, it doesn't matter what happened there. I was in the wrong. That man deserved to enjoy his time in the pub without having it to end the way it did. And although 5 months ago it was, and I tried to make amends, and I made amends back then, it's still, the fans don't even, that does not even matter. I was in the wrong. I must come here before you and take accountability and take responsibility, and I owe it to the people that have been supporting me. I owe it to my mother, my father, my family. I owe it to the people who trained me in martial arts. That's not who I am. That's not the reason. That's not the reason why I got into martial arts or studying combat sport. The reason I got into it was to defend against that type of scenarios. I'm just here to own up to that and move on and carry on and face what's coming with it. I'm eager to compete, Ariel. I have not spoke to you in how long? Why? Why not? Like, it's like I've been outlawed from the game or something. Like, what? I have a lot to say. My coach has been online. There's been many interviews. You know, I've studied every single scenario that's happened to me. I've studied every single scenario that's happened in the game. I'm eager to come back here, so we will see what will happen in the future. But I'm going in confident with a lot of knowledge gained about myself, about my skill set, about my mindset. And I look forward to implementing them and getting back on track. Look at Nate Diaz, last fight 3 years ago, defeated by me, came back and won. And it was a motivating experience to me. Look at Stipe Miocic, came back after a knockout loss, won his title back against the man that knocked him out. There's so many stories of this over and over again, and mine is going to be the greatest one of all, and that's what I am aiming for. So even Uriah Faber, a former foe / friend of mine, he came back 40 years of age. You know, the game is far from over for me, and I'm very, very excited. I had a little road bump. I was preparing for July in Madison Square Garden. I was in phenomenal condition, Ariel, mentally and physically, the best I've ever been. I learned so much from the damage I took in that last camp, what not to do, and how to approach this next time. And I was in phenomenal condition. Then a little slip up again, and I'm just trying to find that balance and get motivated again, and I'm looking for inspiration everywhere. Like I said, I took great motivation from watching Nathan go out. You must understand, my foot was a balloon when I walked into that fight. I've got all this footage backed up from that entire camp. I broke my foot 3 weeks out from that fight. I'm back now. I'm back. Yesterday I met with the surgeon. He said to me originally September to grapple, but I was with him yesterday. He said, now I can grapple. So I'm going to go back into my grappling. I'm already boxing again. Of course, I haven't stopped kicking. Of course, I haven't stopped on my fast conditioning training. I've been on my work. So let's get it going now. Let's see where we go. And I'm excited now.
So if it wasn't for the hand injury, Conor, do you think you would have already fought this summer?
Yes. I was preparing for the end of July at Madison Square Garden. I was eager to get back. I did not really mind the opponent. I wanted similarities to Khabib to prepare for that, because he doesn't want to have the rematch, you know, and whatever. I just wanted to compete now. Enough is enough. Let's get me back in the mix. It's a forgetful business, Ariel. You know that yourself. I mean, sure, look, Nate was out of the game, and now he's back and he's on top. It's a crazy business we are in, but I'm very, very excited to give my fans something to cheer about again. You know what I mean? I do this for my fans, for the people that are supporting me, for the people that dare to dream the highest of heights. So I look forward to my triumphant return, Ariel. We'll see what happens. If he does not want the trilogy bout, no problem. I don't blame him. Look at the damage. Look at the fights. Look at the damage. They were intense bouts, Ariel. But that does not matter. Like you said earlier, it does not matter now. It's time for me to just get back in. You know what I mean? And I was over that also. I was ready to go against anyone, and I was preparing for the end of July. And this happened, and that's it.
And to be clear, Conor, for that fight in July, did you have, in fact, an opponent? I'd heard Pettis, I'd heard other names as well, but did you have an opponent waiting for you, or we didn't get to that point yet?
I believe it was leaning towards Justin Gaethje at that time. But look, the game changes so quick, everyone just comes and goes. In the return fight, You know, I want my world title back. I want that redemption. The camp was incorrect. I learned so much on that. And look, knowing the commitment I had in that camp and knowing the performance I put on. You know what I mean? He ran away around that. He ran away for that first round, Daryl. He didn't throw a punch. He shot for the legs before he threw a punch. The first round, I should have been talking to Herb. He says he was talking to me in the cage. There wasn't a whisper out of him until he ended up in a dominant position. And the only reason he ended up in that dominant position because I walked around with disrespect towards him because he was just running around the cage. I switched off at that millisecond. He got that lucky shot. Even after he got the lucky shot, although it was a beautiful shot, even after he got the shot, I bounced back up and engaged. What did he do? He shot again. But whatever, there's many great things that I can take from that. And I can come back and avenge that. But I'm not going to wait around. I'm not without whoever. If you're asking me whoever. If Dustin goes in and does it, Dustin. If Nate, if Jorge, I don't know. Anyone. Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje, Holloway, rematch, Aldo rematch. There's so many bouts for me, Ariel. So many. It's hard to put it. I would say true. I would say we can get that done. I would say we can get that done. Like I said, yesterday I spoke to the surgeon about grappling. I'm going to begin grappling now. I'm already in shape. I have not lost my condition. I would look for that, yes, for the end of the year. Dive in, Ariel. I dove in on one foot. My foot was a balloon. Needs to happen as well. Again, Tony's another warrior. Tony is another warrior. I've got a lot of respect for Tony also. We had Tony. Tony was looked after in our stable. All our fighters, we have a strong stable of fighters. So Tony's also in the mix. We'll see what happens.
Do you still want shares in the UFC?
You know, Tony has that 12-fight win streak, and they want him for the belt and all this stuff. Let's just see what happens now in September, Abu Dhabi. There's a lot of things moving and shaking, and let's just see how it pans out.